Barangay Kagawad Arturo Latumbo against po ng Barangay Jose T. Peñas of Concepcion Grande. The letter dated May 25, 2020, the Honorable Hildy Rosales on barangay budget preparation and approval.
Madam Chair, I sent this letter yesterday noontime, although the Secretariat informed me that they were not able to send this letter to all the members of the Sanggunian. I hope that everyone was able to read the this letter, in, in, including the recommendations of the Special Committee on Barangay Budgets. This is in virtue of Resolution number 2020-003 directing the Special Committee to submit its assessment and recommended measures to the City Mayor and Sanggunian to assist the barangays prompt compliance in the submission of an effective and responsive barangay budget for approval by the Sangguniang Panglungsod. You will see that there are 4 recommendations by the Special Committee. On the first recommendation, Madam Chair, it was mentioned that the Special Committee is suggesting that the Sangguniang Panglungsod direct the Special Committee to produce a simplified and localized barangay budgeting manual. However, Madam Chair, I have a more practical suggestion. Sa tuya po bagang appropriations ordinance, nahiling ko po kaya na igwa kitang appropriated na 2 million under enable program to publish a book on legislation and good governance to be distributed to all barangay officials. Yan po, kaibanan sa 2020 budget. Gusto ko lang po maaraman, Madam Chair, kung si Say po ang in charge. Baka pwedeng i-include na lang as component duman sa libro ang intention kang committee na magkaigwang guide for barangay budgeting para sa tuyang mga barangay officials. I think this will be a more practical and it will make the book more useful and comprehensive for our barangay officials. So, may I know if kung si Sai po ang in charge, because the special committee is willing to provide the inputs on barangay budgeting na iyo po ang suggestion under this proposal. Po, nahiling ko po, Madam Chair, unless igwa ko nga ning nadangog na garot tigbalyo or ano, pero nahiling ko lang po kaya na sa tuwing appropriations ordinance, igwang 2 million naka earmark for the publication of a book. So, opo. But, opo. Is the book still being pursued by the was there a board?
Be given a copy of that, Madam Chair. I have not read that communication. Since we are talking of barangay budget, can I be given time to peruse and submit my recommendation? Yes, because first I have reviewed barangay budget for 8 years, and I think I can give some recommendation on how barangays can possibly do and prepare their barangay budget um, so that it will be submitted on time by the barangay.
Uh, Yes, Madam Chair, I believe the members are furnished just this morning of the copies. So can we request the Secretariat to furnish the hard copies as well to all the members? So siguro po, Madam Chair, the information regarding the appropriated budget, siguro I'll still have to research on that. But yun po yan ang suggestion kang special committee on item number 1. Sa item number 2 po, Madam Chair, iko po akong attach resolution. This pertains to the findings of the special committee on the challenge of barangays in convening their barangay development councils to formulate long-term plans and conduct their institutional and consultative approach in their annual and supplemental investment plans. Nagkaulay po kami kang Assistant City Budget Officer and nabanggit niya po na ang mga barangays halos pag-ibo po kang budget, di man po nasakitan duman sa mismong appropriation ordinance kasi halos the same with last year. Kaya lang ang masakit po is di ninda na itatama si pag-ibo kang AIP. Sabi nga ni Sir Frank, yung nga niyan ang sala dahil napupuon sa budget bako sa AIP. And we know that the AIP is duly endorsed by the Barangay Development Council. And we have found out that many barangays prepare their budgets in disregard of this ideal process of convening Barangay Development Council. So ang recommendation po kang special committee is for the city government to, through the technical assistance of the City Planning and Development Office in coordination with the City Budget Office, Naga City People's Council, formulate an action plan to strengthen efforts aimed at monitoring and assisting barangays in organizing and empowering their Barangay Development Council. In response to that, Madam Chair, I have prepared a resolution. Ito pong I think this is attached with this letter. So, ipo yan, Madam Chair, ang sa ko yung proposal in response to the proposal on item number 2. So, a resolution creating a sub-technical working group within the special committee on barangay budgets to formulate and initiate an action plan to assist and monitor barangays in organizing and empowering their barangay development councils and the formulation of their respective barangay development plans and investment programs. Tamang-tama po ini, Madam Chair, because nabanggit po ni Mamalu ang sa tuwing Assistant City Budget Officer na ang mga barangay development plans kang sa tuyang mga barangay will only be up to 2020 this year. So, 2018 to 2020. So, kaipuan po ninda mag-formulate ng another medium-term barangay development plan. And this is very timely because mapuuna po kita kang sa tuyang budgeting process for next year. Ang masakit po kaya sa parte kang mga barangay, bakong arog sa tuya, every time we have a planning, a workshop on creating an investment plan, iko po kitang technical resource provided by the City Planning and Development Office. However, our barangays, di ko aram kung paano po nila yung ginigibo, and perhaps through this initiative, the City Planning and Development can assist in coordination with the Budget Office, the Liga, and the Naga City People's Council, and perhaps, as included in the resolution, we will also invite the DILG to provide the necessary inputs for the assessment of the functionality of barangay development councils. So may I move, Madam Chair, for the approval of this resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am in support of the proposed resolution, and may I recommend, if the SK Federation President is willing, I am suggesting the inclusion of the SK Federation as member.
Yes, Madam Chair, we can include the SK Federation President since this I was supposed to include the SK Federation President. I just forgot to put it there, Madam Chair. So I will make the necessary changes in the proposed resolution. So again, I reiterate the motion for the adoption of the resolution.
May reservation lang po ako, Madam Chair. Primero po, minasupport na po ako digdi. Alagad po doon sa mamuknaon na technical working group. Doon po kaya sa mga libro na pagsulat ni Jesse Bredo, managod sa local government, itong dahil mag-submit na barangay, kansa indang annual budget, ika pong fixed date duman na dapat isubmit October 31 ang budget for next year. Itong dahil mag-submit, pwedeng kasuhan ng administrative case and criminal case. Ngunyan, hindi sa bumuknaon na technical working group, sisay ang makaso ng administrative case, sabi Kagawad Rosales.
Madam Chair, the resolution does not mention of the responsibility of filing the administrative or criminal complaint as provided in the local government code. But I'm also not aware kung sisay po ang dapat because the local government code only provides that the administrative and criminal complaint is imposable upon punong barangays who fail to submit their annual budgets for approval by the Sangguniang Barangay. So, sa hapot po ni Honorable Del Castillo, ko din po. Castillo. Din po ako sigurado. But the intention of the technical working group is distinct from the question of the Honorable Castillo.
Para Madam Chair. Garo kaya ma'am, kulang ang ining resolution na pigmukda ni Kagawad Rosales kung ang kaisipan ta maray tamamok na pag ng special committee dapat bagon ta na ang sistema digdi sa satuyang syudad na arog ta halimbawa sa satuyang sa Sanggunian kung dahil kita ma-prepare kan sa tuyang annual budget for 2021 dahil ang isipon ta inactive na lang, renacted na lang. Dahil nakita dahil pagparaisipon ng budget for next year, kung sabihin, mayaw kita ng maray na plano para sa Siyudad ng Naga. Arog man sa barangay. Pag dae nag-submit ng barangay budget, annual budget ng barangay, sa tamang panahon, October 30, mayo yung iniisip ng kalaya, nang iniisip lang yung panay honorarium. Dahil nag-iisip ng maray sa barangay, 24 taon na ko naging kapitan eh. Kaya dapat ko niyan, pakarayon tangon yan. Dahil kita man takot sa mga barangay opisyal. Ang katakutan ta, ang kailangan ta, mga residente kang barangay. Kaya ang hamon ko kay Kagawad Rosales, ning kung magibukot na kayo niyo, kasuhan ta, araw kasubago, naglagitlanin ko yan. Ma-imbestigar kita. O, pagtarang ni Dr. Bura, may apprehension na kita, dahil pwedeng kasuhan si Dr. Bura. Kaya ngunyan, pag mapong kita, si man ang tamaan, mayong dapat matakot. Kung dapat, kaya dapat dyan mag-isip kita kung si ang makaso. Ako handa akong magkaso.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I completely... yes, Madam Chair. Si Honorable Arroyo.
The resolution that we just approved, Madam Chair. Actually, ang sarong purpose kang Naga City People's Council, Madam Chair, is to really ensure that the participatory mechanisms of government. Itong mga mechanisms established to ensure people participation in governance ay nayu-utilize. So, I believe dapat itautang burden sa NCPC, I believe I'm therefore moving, although I'm thinking of filing a resolution also to this effect para mas clear din ang intention and sentiment of the Sanggunian. Kasi dapat NCPC, Madam Chair, ang role niya is i-ensure, halimbawa Barangay Development Council, ang role kang NCPC i-ensure na ang Barangay Development Council is really doing its job. Kasi dyan sila nagpa-participate, ang people's organizations. So kung igwang difficulty in terms of their participation, then dapat mag-feedback sinda sa tuya or sa barangay concerned. Yaon sa inyang report na iyang kang NCPC. No? How are they really participating in the established mechanisms for people participation? I will be filing a resolution on this, Madam Chair, requesting that information, calling upon NCPC to perform its role, particularly in ensuring that the established mechanisms for people participation in governance are really utilized to achieve the purpose for the creation of those mechanisms. So rather than pirming gobyerno, no, kaya nga niyo kitang NCPC, we're providing funds for it. Kasi people participation na kasi yan eh. Dahil man pwedeng people participation tapos gobyerno pa ang mapuproblema. Dapat ang people, no, if they really believe that democracy doesn't end in electing our officers but in ensuring that their functions are done with our help, no, with the help of the people, then iyo po yan ang pinaka-objective katong sa tuyang People Empowerment Ordinance. But I intend to file in the next session, Madam Chair. But I don't object to this resolution. That's why I supported it. But I think we should also look at that other side of the issue, no? Kasi participatory mechanisms ang pig-uurulayan tidig ni Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I would also like to thank the Honorable Arroyo. What she mentioned about the NCPC's role is already clear po duman sa satuyang City Budget Ordinance dahil ikaw po duman provision na nagbabanggit kang role man kang NCPC sa satuya pong participatory mechanisms. And duman po sa nabanggit ni Honorable Castillo, I completely agree with what he said. In fact, the letter already provides for the suggestion that the People's Budget Ordinance, which lays out the guidance and prerequisites in the approval of the barangay budgets, must be consistently and strictly implemented, giving emphasis to the compliance of barangays with the indicative budget calendar and the possible administrative and criminal liability imposable upon punong barangays who fail to submit the budget. So this is provided in item number 4 of the letter. So to continue, Madam Chair, ini pong letter also speaks of the proposal to make amendments in the People Budget Ordinance to specify how the SK budgets are to be reviewed separately by the Sangguniang Panglungsod in pursuance of the SK Reform Act of 2015, enjoining financial independence of the operations, disbursements, and encashments of fund, income, and expenditures of the Sangguniang Kabataan. So the corresponding joint memorandum circular has already provided the guidelines on the appropriation, release, planning, and budgeting process of the SK funds, which specifically provides that suway na po talaga ang pagpasa, pag-review kang SK budgets kang sa tuya pong mga Sangguniang Kabataan in the 27 barangays. So the problem is sa tuyang People's Budget Ordinance does not make mention of SK budget. We know that when we speak of barangay budgets, we only speak of barangay budgets na nakalag po kayo duman sa People's Budget Ordinance na barangay budget only. So perhaps minor amendments can be made I have still to make the necessary proposed amendatory ordinance, Madam Chair. So, ayun po yan, Madam Chair. And sa last part kang letter, iko pong report, may I just read, due to the unfortunate occurrence of COVID-19, which imposed strict quarantine measures all over the country since mid-March, causing unprecedented changes in government priorities, there are still 7 barangays operating under the enacted budget. Although ngunyan po nagpasa po kita ning, I think, tulo. So, nabawasan na po iniyo. And I was assured when I had a meeting with the City Budget Office na kakayanan pong i-endorse for approval ang gabos na barangay budget within the month. So, yun na po yan, Madam Chair. Ang output kang Special Committee on Barangay Budgets. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, with regard to that report, may we know what are those barangays that are still operating on reenacted budget? I think we should know that. Anong mga barangay yan? Because as the Honorable Castillo has pointed out, tama po na pag nag-ooperate ka under a reenacted budget, mayo ka ng plano sa imong barangay. And that should not be tolerated. So, dapat maaraman ta so that we can call the attention of the barangay officials of those barangays na with the advice na dapat they should also do their part. Primero, ang interong gobyerno lokal kanaga dahil man pwedeng makagibukan sa iyang kabus na plano. Kung si barangay, si component barangay, dahil nagigibukan sa iyang party. So, garo ni orkestra, Madam Chair, na dapat kurumpas ang kabus, tangarig pasiring kita duman sa tama at ang direksyon. So, may we know those barangays who are still operating under a reenacted budget as of now, Madam Chair.
I don't have the information, although it was verbally mentioned to me last time when we had the meeting, but I was not able to take note. Pero I remember that in the 7 barangays po indicated, anong po dyan is already ready for endorsement. I-review na lang po. And siguro na ipasar na po si iba. Igual lang pong sarong... Opo. Igual lang pong sarong barangay na day pa po nagsasubmit or day pa po nagpapacheck, which is Barangay Dinaga. So, the others have already almost completed annual budgets na po.
Banggit ko yun, Madam Chair, dahil the report was dated May 25. So, that's yesterday. So, as of yesterday, anong mga barangay iyan? And kung nakasabit, dapat nakadisclose man ko ta na do ining mga barangay na inimayo pa nag-operate under a reenacted budget, yet they have already submitted their barangay budget to the City Budget Office for technical review. Yeah, that's precisely my point, Madam Chair. So, yeah. Yeah, nabanggit kayo dyan sa report, Madam Chair. Kaya figure out ko yan. Thank you.
So, are we going to ask the...
Yes, we should know.
I will provide the information next session, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Rosales. Honorable Castillo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ano daw po ko, para po maging epektibo ni, ano daw po kung hagadantan ng list, i-update kita kang mga gabos na barangay, kang sendan lista kang barangay development council. Kaya nagkagabga po ng eleksyon ka ito, aram ko po may mga barangay pa na maning they updated ang sendang barangay development council. Kung paano mo ma-implementahin yung bagong resolution ni Kagawad Rosales. Kaya kung Mayo, masakit yan. Kaya dapat obligahon ta ang mga barangay na mag-create sinda i-update din daan sa mga barangay development council, nga rin mas epektibo tayo din ma-implementa.
Just for clarity, Madam Chair, I think I can still recall we have already discussed about how the barangays and the SK budgets can submit their budgets simultaneously po. But they should be treated each separately po, Madam Chair. Providing two different approval po for the said budgets. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Del Rosario. Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, haluitan na bagang po problema ang late submission kang mga barangay budgets. Pwede tatabi, Madam Chair, i-request from the President of the Liga mag-submit ng listahan kang mga difficulties na nagpo-cause kang delayed submission. Siguro sa roon, ano talaga sa mga difficulties, no? Para ma-address ka. It should be in writing para talaga klaro bako lang istorya, no? Usually kaya pag nag-feedback kita, usually na may mention talaga si mga difficulty like itong sarong barangay, ang kapitan gusto siya lang ang decide. May barangay man na ang may aram lang si treasurer kaya si mga kagawa da irara sa indang budget. So ilista na siguro if the honorable Vice President Beltran would approve that we request the Liga ng mga Barangay to submit a complete list of the difficulties that they encounter leading to the late submission of their annual budget. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Miles. Honorable Delna, please take note of the suggestion and Honorable
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm used to reading mga narratives of but for purposes of simple presentation, Madam Chair, I suggest to the Chair of the Special Committee on Barangay Budgets that the report to be submitted next session will be on the tabular form. Councilor Rosales, please listen to me. Please listen to your seatmate. Ang suggestion ko, Sir Oying, tabular form, then kung pwede, to address the concern of Councilor Vidal Castillo, mag-backtrack kita ng siguro mga 5 years or 6 years to cover 2 sets of mga barangay officials. Mahiling ta, tulos sa 27 barangay, 27 barangay man lang yan. Kumusta si performance in the compliance of what Councilor Vidal has stated na October submission. For the year, sabihin tang for the year A, pirasin naka-comply na mag-submit October. Diyan, mahiling mo dyan. So, kung 11 or 15 or 26, then arin si DAE. On the year B, pira. Then, may column siguro kung ano si mga difficulties nila, taday sila nakasubmit. Then, sorry approve kang budget office and kan sanggunian si mga budget nila. Mahiling mo dyan, very clear ang timeline. Kung number 1, faithful si mga barangay sa pag-submit kan sila ng mga barangay budget, sa comply ba sila duman sa mga requirements kang DILG, DBM, and our People's Budget Ordinance. Number 2, gura ano makabilis si sanggunian panlusod si pag-approve sa ina. So, mahiling mo dyan tulos. Sarong hirilingan, hiling mo tulos dyan. And ngunyan, so second set, ka mga barangay officers na naman, may another presentation using the same format para mas madali sa to. Mahiling mo tulos dyan. And ako, Madam Chair, I'm very sure na mahiling mo dyan kung arin si mga top performing barangays and arin si mga poor performing barangays as far as preparation of budget. Kasi mahiling mo tulos dyan si performance nila. So in that way, we address yung pag-create kaning special body ini headed by Councilor Oying and that perennially manifested na quote ni Councilor Vidal as far as budget preparation. And of course, yung sinasabi ni Councilor Vidal. I hope the chairman of the Special Committee on Barangay Budgets will take note of my suggestion. If he is listening to me, Madam Chair.
That's the reason po why I would still suggest na the barangay and the SK budgets po mag-submit po sinda simultaneously because makanos po, Madam Chair, mahiling na approve na itong annual budget kang barangay tapos sa SK the IPA ninhuli po ta the 10% of the SK budget still form part of the general budget of the barangay po.
Maliwanag na po itong suggestion po ni Kagawad Marisrakid Arroyo Kasubago, si suggestion po ni Sir Lito de Rosario, garo po naling ko na medyo magayon ang dalagang tangon yan. Ang sa kuyanan po, Madam Chair, ngunyan pong maabot na September 30, mapaluwas na po ang accounting office kang mga budget kang 27 barangay kan sa indang budget for next year. Ngunyan, pag bulan ni October, pag ang mga kapitan dahil nagpa-afford ng budget hearing kan sa indang budget, ay talagang Mayo yan. Kaya dapat pag October, ang kapitan, imimit niya ang Barangay Development Council, tanganin pagulayan itong pinaluwas kang accounting office, kang budget kang barangay for 2021. Kaya siguro, yaman sa tuyang Liga President, yaman si Kagawad Rosales, siguro po pag-abot ni bulan ng Agosto, i-remind sinda na nag-irinutan sinda dyan sa accounting office, naman sigurong COVID, aramo na ang budget ninda for next year.
Other matters, copy of Memo Circular 010-2020 of the DILG on the extension of deadlines for payment of taxes, fees, and charges of LGUs. Memorandum Circular number 2020-083 of the DILG on the regulation of transportation in areas under general community quarantine and interzonal transport. Another circular number 2020-084 from the DILG providing grace period and or other related mechanisms in the collection of applicable taxes.
Ang maribong lang hindi, Madam Chair, ang DILG is under the interagency task group. So, one, can the DILG on its own issue without passing through yung, kasi sa structure malinaw eh. Ang governing tangon yan is IATF. So may national framework being implemented by the IATF, then may chief implementor, si Secretary Galvez. So si Secretary Anyo, one of the lieutenants lang siya. So ano ang impact ni duman sa mga pigluluwas kang IATF na ano, siguro we just take note of this Madam Chair. Kasi para maging binding sa to, dapat IATF yes. As far as COVID.
Memo Circular 2020-084 of the DILG on the provision of grace period and or other related mechanisms in the collection of applicable taxes, fees, and dues from energy facilities relative to the extended imposition of ECQ. Another Memo Circular 2020-085 of the DILG on the adoption of Administrative Order 30 on the interruption of periods for filing and submission of documents, cancellation of proceedings, suspension of deadlines for payment of taxes, fees and other charges, and on the movement of timelines for the grant and release of benefits.
Noted.
Nominal voting.
Thank you, Madam Chair. May we request, Madam Chair, that matters included or treated as addendum in the agenda, copies of which also be sent. Kasi pag addendum na lang kaya, Madam Chair, dahil na nasi-send sa mga emails. So pwede po bang, if it is an addendum which was not previously sent, ipadaraman giraray sa mga email addresses kang mga members, Madam Chair. Okay, thank you, Madam.
Hapot ko lang tabi kung igwa baga kita ning individual or collective activity for tomorrow. Yung Jesse Robredo, ano?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, may I move that all the approved resolution and ordinance be transferred to nominal voting and approve the same. Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.